Well, as viewers of my channel know, I'm not a doom merchant. I'm a very proud Englishman, always have been, always will be. And I do believe things can always get better through the democratic process at the ballot box, especially since we've left the European Union and power resides in Westminster rather than Brussels. And if the government fail to deliver, we can always, as voters, obliterate them at the ballot box. A whole series of really appalling developments just in the last few days alone do, I think, show you the horrific state we've allowed things to get to. The excellent Patrick Christie's there, I think, capturing the essence of how I feel. You know, there are decent Conservative MPs who get it. Unfortunately, they're increasingly at odds with the way their party actually governs, the way that they've just totally wasted, in my view, that parliamentary majority that they have. Because right now, this is the disturbing legacy of where we are. And just to remind you, these are just the last few days alone, these absolutely disturbing developments. First of all, the Conservative MP, Mike Freer, announcing that he's going to be standing down because he's had several serious threats to his personal safety. You know, the fact is the government haven't confronted radical Islamist extremism. And Robert Jenrick there, one of those, saying it is shameful that an MP has been intimidated out of office, saying the far bigger problem for our liberal democracy is anti-British Islamist extremism, which is both deeply homophobic and anti-Semitic, and in this case, violent. But this sort of stuff being condemned is one thing. What is actually going to change? You've also seen this absolutely appalling chemical attack in Clapham, leaving many injured. It looks like a mother and her 3-year-old daughter could have suffered life-changing injuries in this sickening attack. The suspect, said to be a refugee who was twice denied asylum in the UK before being allowed to stay after claiming he had converted to Christianity. Also, it's been reported convicted of a sex offence, but then later granted asylum. I mean, what on earth is going on here? And you've had former Home Secretary Suella Braverman, one of those saying again, repeating again, that we need fundamental change in all of this. We need to leave the ECHR. But the government haven't done that, have they? They've also not stopped the boats. The arrivals on boats this January higher than the level we saw the year before. And just to show you how farcical this situation now is, you've actually got a huge surge in people coming from Turkey, for goodness sake. 3,000 people coming from a country, of course, that many Brits pay to go and visit and holiday in every year. The number of Turkish nationals coming across now makes them the third largest nationality to do so, 162% increase from the year before. But guess what? It's been decided by Home Office officials that Turkey is not a safe country to send them back to. Absolute joke. And you've got the likes of Martin Daubney there asking, is the Home Office deliberately trying to destroy Britain? This is the system, I'm afraid, the Conservatives have chosen to preside over. They've not been decisive in making any big changes, on restoring any semblance of common sense or security. And it shows you, I think, why they are currently on course for absolute obliteration at the next general election, with suggestions they could be down to fewer than 100 seats. Is it any wonder?